Ever watch a movie and think, man, this actor, they used to be great, but what happened? Well, you are definitely not alone. Today, we're diving into this pretty intense online argument, the one that says some of Hollywood's biggest names have just, overstayed their welcome. It's called the retire now argument, and we're going to break it down.
And this is the quote that kicks the whole thing off. These 5 actors have made more bad movies than good ones. It's time to say goodbye. I mean, wow. It's bold, right? It's designed to get a reaction, and it really sets the stage for the whole debate we're about to get into.
So this kind of take actually has a name online. People call it a film jail roast. And look, our goal here isn't to pile on or to defend anyone. Nope. We're here to be detectives, really. We're going to break down the evidence they use, looking at the 4 key pillars that build this case for why an actor should, quote, retire.
All right, first up is argument number 1, the filmography. This is all about the work, the actual movies. The core question they're asking is super simple. Over their whole career, has an actor made more certified classics or more total flops?
And this is where it gets interesting, because they visualize it like a scorecard. It's pretty clever, actually. They literally tally up the films that critics adored versus the ones that got, completely trashed. And the argument is, if that panned slice of the pie chart is bigger, well, that's strike 1.
Okay, let's move on to the second pillar of the argument. And this one is all about the money. We're talking box office. The whole idea here is that just having a big name on a poster, well, it doesn't guarantee a hit anymore. And this is where the critique starts to feel really financial.
And to really drive this point home, the argument uses these huge, shocking numbers that are designed to make you go, whoa. I mean, look at this. A net loss of over $100 million on one movie. This gets presented as cold, hard proof that an actor's star power is fading, that they might even be a financial risk for a studio.
And you can see the whole story right here. On the left, you've got this gigantic budget. We're talking massive. And on the right, a pretty tiny global gross in comparison. When a movie bombs this hard, the blame, whether it's fair or not, often lands right on the star. And in this argument, that becomes a big fat strike too.
So pillar number 3 shifts gears a bit. We're moving away from what the audience pays for and turning to what the professionals think. This is all about critical reception. The source material basically tracks an actor's reviews over their entire career, and they're looking for one thing specifically: a downward trend.
And a timeline like this is basically exhibit A for their case. Just look at the pattern. An actor might start their career on fire, right? Getting scores in the 90s, high 80s, just rave reviews. But then, as the years go by, you see this steady drop. The argument isn't just that they had a few bad movies. It's that this pattern shows a real decline in quality or maybe just a history of bad choices.
All right, that brings us to the 4th and final argument. And this one gets a little more personal. It's about casting and age. It really hones in on whether an actor is just stuck playing the same character over and over, or if they're taking on roles that, frankly, just don't feel believable anymore.
The key idea they're pushing here is creative stagnation, and they often show this with a simple side-by-side comparison. In one column, you see all these dynamic, varied characters from early in their career. But in the other column, it's a string of recent roles that look almost identical. This is used as evidence that the actor just isn't taking risks or pushing themselves anymore.
And this is often where the whole argument gets the most heated, because it brings age directly into the conversation. The source will point out things like, hey, this actor is playing characters 20 years younger than they are. Or maybe they'll highlight scenes where they seem to be struggling with action sequences. It's all framed as a sign that it might be time to either change the kinds of roles they take or just step away.
So, we've broken down these 4 lines of attack, right? The filmography, the box office, the reviews, the casting choices. It all leads to this final big question. When you put all of that together, what are these numbers and trends really telling us about a Hollywood career?
So let's do a super quick recap of the whole formula, the anatomy of this film jail roast. It's a pretty clear 4-step process. First, you show they've made more bad movies than good ones. Second, you point to some big box office bombs. Third, you show that the critic scores have been trending down. And fourth, you call out the repetitive typecasting. That's the blueprint, right there.
And that really brings us to the heart of it all, doesn't it? Is this kind of data-driven analysis a fair critique of an actor's entire career? Or is it maybe more of a sign that we've changed, that audience tastes are just different now? Maybe the real question isn't whether these stars should retire, but whether the way we measure success is what really needs an update.